Disclaimer. The following material was recorded on Tuesday the 22nd, 2 days before the Russian siege on Ukraine. Thus, we do not address the ensuing carnage in this episode. We do, however, put forth an argument that American intervention in the Russo-Ukrainian conflict has been, and would continue to be, misguided. Speaking for myself, I think that Putin's lackadaisical anti-Nazi rhetoric is dangerous for anyone engaged in real anti-fascist action. I also fear that Putin's lack of credibility will de facto bolster the credibility of militant neo-fascist movements in Ukraine and elsewhere. I'm also starting to see political cartoons that are nearly identical to the anti-Slavic and anti-Chinese propaganda from World War II, and we need to keep that shit in check. There are soldiers and civilians all over the planet getting killed in wars that they never wanted to fight, and changing your Facebook banner is not going to save them. We need to back up our solidarity with political education, direct action, mutual aid, demonstrations, creative endeavors, and the development of socialist structures parallel to the existing structures of capitalism and imperialism. Love you all. Now let's kick this shit off.
Hello.
This week's Incredulous installment will feature commentary from Comrade Scott, Janus, and myself. News items range from the global to the municipal. We rip off the Band-Aid with an analysis of the Ukrainian conflict, past and present. Then we discuss regional climate change, the proles hit hardest by a broken supply chain, the literal neo-Nazis on our public infrastructure, the reactionary who can't tell Asian women apart, and so much more. Janus tops this heaping pile of ideology with a garnish of grease, and we sup on savory Slovakian slam for dessert.
Please do us a favor, share this
I don't expect PBS to release documentaries like Maoist Third Worldist with they spell America with 3 Ks and burn the American flag or whatever. Like, I understand they're not going to do that by definition, but this is like talking to a child about the necessity of believing in Santa Claus. There doesn't need to be some great noble national project, and presumably adults can handle that.
We're having some technical difficulties tonight, folks, and things are just kind of happening. Just kind of like they are between the USA, Russia, and the Ukraine.
I mean, are they really, though?
I mean...
Or are we just pretending they are?
Yes, is the answer to both. Like, that's the is it like things kind of are actually happening, but it's all a lot of people talking and nothing is really happening, you know?
Yes.
I mean, it's a lot... Like, okay. It can... Both of these things can be true at once. Janice, are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, good. Did you get your power supply?
Yep, I'm all set.
We love to hear it. It sounds like we're not having any major technical difficulties, except for Jesse is eating his chips very loudly. Yep. Anyways, it can be both true that NATO and the West and the United States is trying to expand too much and is probably being too aggressive towards Putin and Russia, but at the same time, Putin shouldn't really be invading Ukraine, and like he's not really a friend to the left, and he's not really a friend to democracy. He's a friend to like oligarchs and billionaires and money. So like all of these things can be true at once. What is most true is that like war shouldn't happen, and that like the Ukrainians should be able to decide the fate of their country. If they want to, integrate back into Russia, fine. If they want to be their own sovereign nation, we should let them,
The problem is that you have two Ukraines. You have one Ukraine that wants to be a part of Russia and one Ukraine that doesn't, and the Ukraine that doesn't has a literal fascist army.
Yeah.
I just don't think the United States has any business litigating what that's supposed to fucking look like.
That's probably the bigger deal, is what you just said there, is that like it might come to a real conflict, it might come to a war, but it's like it's not something that like America should be like putting our nose in, trying to be the world's police.
America.
Yeah, I didn't even mean to like make that reference. It just kind of happened naturally. because this is a situation where, like, this is power politics and these are power moves. If you're like some fucking like milquetoast liberal that looks at everything in terms of like everybody's doing the best for their citizens and whatever, like, no, shut the fuck up. Like, the only thing that people are interested in when they're in politics is power, and this is power politics. This is what's happening right now. It leads to things like war. It's bad. This is bad. It's a fuck situation. We shouldn't go to war. That's all I gotta say. Really, you wanted me to go in deep, and like, I don't really have anything.
I certainly did not. I did not ask you to go deep on this.
Okay, I'll give you that. Well, honestly,
He did not ask you to put your dick in that fish.
I did not. I can test.
So reference to our Scribblio game earlier tonight.
Put the dick in the fish.
But yeah, that's ultimately my stance, is that like a war would be bad regardless, but like America should stay out of other countries. Like, again, if you're a Westerner, if you're a liberal, if you're just some like jerk off who's totally detached from this, who doesn't have a family in the military, who doesn't like know anything about like the socio-political machinations of what's going on, and doesn't really have any interest in like the politics as a means of power and what that means, then like just shut the fuck up, you know, and just hope a war doesn't happen, because war shouldn't happen. Further sanctions is gonna fucking hurt the actual working class and the people like on the streets who live in Russia, but so will a fucking war on both sides. So we shouldn't have sanctions. We shouldn't have a war. Everybody should stay out of everybody's business. NATO should be dissolved. What about fucking Star Peace is basically what I'm saying.
Sounds like a reference that I'm not even supposed to understand.
Putin, and that's fucking Biden for you, though. Two gangly white people just from different sides of the globe just being aggressive. Terrible fucking summary of what's happening, but like, again,
Putin
a war shouldn't happen. Thank you,
Putin
Jesse.
is pretty smart. He's much more politically savvy than Biden.
Yeah. Biden, you can tell, just
That is something I agree with, yeah.
Biden just doesn't like care anymore. He doesn't want to be doing what he's doing. He just wants to like eat ice cream and have a good time.
Fundamentally, yeah.
It's so it's so fucked, but it's so completely true. Like, I don't think he has any actual aspirations of his own. Like,
no.
He just kind of does what he is told he's supposed to do.
Yeah, he only had one aspiration, which was to become president at some point, and he achieved this. And now he just doesn't care.
Well, I mean, barely. Like, he didn't even want to do a second term. I mean, he announced when he was, elected that he was only going to do one term.
Actually, thanks for creating that rant, because where the fuck is Kamala Harris right now is what I'm saying, because like she was like aggressive towards Putin at the beginning of this, and then like she's kind of just faded into the background, and I feel like this is the opportunity. Okay, like the real reason why they're doing this is because Joe's approval ratings are low, and like a real good thing for like the stock market and for like presidential approval ratings and for like assuring that you get like reelected, or at least your party does with the Democrats, is you start a fucking war. So that's really why this is happening. But, like, where is Kamala Harris right now? Because I think if the Democrats were being truly cynical about it, they would use this as a ramp to promote Kamala and make her, like, the next Hillary, but
she's unrecoverable. I think her...
Doesn't mean they're not going to throw the Hail Mary. Excuse me.
Hail Mary.
The Hail Mary.
Doesn't mean they're not going to start a hair medley. I can't say hail. God damn it. Fuck.
Fuck yeah, start a hair metal.
Start a hair metal, you know?
Hair medley. Just start a hair metal.
I'm going to start a hair medley on you. Oh my God, where the fuck is it? Oh my God.
On your soul.
Kamala.
Yeah. When I can't find a sound clip, I start to like curl up inside of myself. I'm just like, fuck, where is it? Yeah. So like, if no war, and if we start a war, then we get to go protest wars again. Yay! I'm just tired, man.
Yeah, I'm tired. I don't want to protest.
And any fucking person saying that, like, oh, like the Ukrainian Neo-Nazis aren't so bad because we have like Neo-Nazis, like over here in America. It's like, that's not. Like, both are bad. We can do something about both. Like, what the fuck? I don't understand how, like, we have racists in our country, which makes the racists over there not as bad. Like, what? Anyways.
At this point, I tried to explain that the Azov battalion emblem is a Germanic symbol called Wolfsangel, but I didn't know the word for it. The Wolfsangel has been adopted by the Waffen-SS, the Aryan nations, and other white supremacist groups over the last century. Let me put it this way. It's supposed to be a swastika. They just couldn't like make it look exactly like a swastika because that you can't do that anymore. That's
supposed to recall a swastika. Yeah, no, I mean, like, groups in Europe, hate groups and white supremacist groups, you know, because you're not allowed to use the swastika and the Nazi flag, they use the Confederate flag instead.
They also use it's like a rune, Odal.
Oh.
Odal. And they also use the Sonnenrad, like the black sun.
Yeah. If you ever want to know who's a racist porn star, they got that tattoo. Few of them do. Just saying.
Good to know.
Yeah. They got the Odal. It's interesting because the Death in June skull you see around every once in a while in the fascist stylings. But yeah, let's not go to war. Let's do something about neo-Nazis in the world, and let's deal with fascism. But
yeah, well, also let me say this real quick. The fascist tendency in the Ukrainian military is kind of an artificial tendency because we basically ousted the guy who was in power, who was sympathetic to the Crimeans who wanted to secede. And that's another weird part about this whole thing is we don't talk about the fact that, like, Crimea did not get, like, taken over. Like, 95% of them voted to become a part of Russia.
Yeah. Like, they've done research. Most of Crimea, like, the conditions and people's happiness is tracking a lot higher and a lot better than they were before.
I mean, they speak Russian after, I don't remember the guy's name, but Viktor Yanukovych, when he was ousted, like, all the native Russian speakers in Ukraine were forced to speak Ukrainian.
Huh.
By providing aid to the most conservative and violent tendencies, like, within the Ukrainian government and military, were basically encouraging a sort of, I don't want to call it apartheid, but it's the same dynamic of, like, a nationalist, like, let's be real. Nazis did not consider Slavs to be, like, humans. They were the shittiest people on earth, like, second to Jews, you know? In order to be viewed as a human being by the Nazis, what is an N?
Oh, their symbol. On another flag, it's an actual N. But keep going, sorry.
Go on.
The Sonnenrad is in the back.
What?
The black sun?
Yeah.
It's the swastika with, like, 12 arms.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, look at that.
So they have two swastikas on the flag.
When you see that blood, they also, a lot of people also will wear the black sun in, like, pendants and shit. So
it literally says that emblem featuring black sun.
Well, shit.
Wolf's Angel and Black Sun, two symbols associated with Nazism. So yeah,
this has completely ruined that Death Cab song for me now.
What song?
There's a Death Cab song called Black Sun.
Oh, okay, that's what ruined it for you?
Well, this has ruined that for me. Yes, shut up.
Basically, my point is that America providing direct aid to what is actually a fascist faction within the Ukrainian military gave the right-wing government permission to elevate those fascist tendencies to the seat of power.
Yeah.
Pseudo-apartheid and Ukrainian nationalism is also, in part, a function of American foreign policy. And that's what I meant, like, when I said last week, if you think Ukraine has a right to self-determination,
we're kind of taking that from them.
Well, it's like this. That's why I said it doesn't apply. You know what I mean? Like, true self-determination means that we fucking don't interfere with any political processes. It doesn't mean that we just interfere with some and not others. To be clear, Ukrainian nationalism did spring up from the ruins of the Soviet Union, and my guess is that existing fascist tendencies, particularly in the western portion of the country, fostered by an abrupt decline in material security, were allowed to flourish for the first time in decades. I'm not drawing a straight line between the United States and Ukrainian neo-Nazis. I am not pretending that Yanukovych was personally deposed by Barack Obama. I am attempting to illustrate how external pressure exerted on former Soviet republics to liberalize their economies developed into a Rube Goldberg of conflict and suffering for the working masses. And as the people who have historically benefited from the plundering of resources in the East, we Americans are divorced from the chain of consequences which result from that pressure. Jesus Christ, Scott, you're killing me here. Why do we have to talk about this?
I'm not trying to do like a meme like, are we the baddies? But it's like, ugh, man.
Are we the asshole?
Like every time you find out about like America is like specifically and deliberately like financing some like anti-communist or like pro-fascist like militias, it's just like
it's happened everywhere.
That
like,
is
literally all over.
That
the
is
world.
what we as a country are wed to. We're wed to capitalism and fascism as a way to perpetuate capitalism.
Yeah,
like this is like horrifying. Like this is another fucking war that's going to happen because of that fucking ideology. Like that's terrifying. That should be fucking criticized heavily at all times. Like this is our government like creating these fucking situations out of nothing so that fucking like stock portfolios are more robust and like so some fucking jerk off from Indiana has a longer fucking Senate term. Like this is all this is for. Like what the fuck?
It's also because now that the Cold War is kind of over,
we need enemies again. Yeah,
we need Russia to be like the eternal enemy, and one way to keep that
Russia or China,
that like antagonism kind of intact is to use Ukraine as a proxy. And so that absolves us from having to put our own bodies on the line, basically. We just use another country's soldiers to fight those battles.
It also prevents the world from seeing how fucking like humiliating it would be, like our defeat, because we would be roundly defeated in no time.
Yes.
Like Russia. It's fucking Russia. I'm sorry. It's fucking Russia. They have the tactical advantage. It's fucking mountains and snow and nothing the fuck else. Sorry. Yes, they have cities. Yes, they have human beings. They have people there. But they have most of the fucking world is covered by Russia. Okay?
True.
Like,
and
they got a lot more people. Same with China. They got a lot more people.
Yeah, like 80% of Russian territory is technically in the continent of Asia, and that's basically all east of the is it the Ural Mountains?
It's either the Urals or the Caucasus, or maybe those are the same thing. I forget.
Where all the serial killers come from.
Yeah. Yep. That's the case. Also, if Joe Biden and Vladimir Putin Putin could kick Biden's ass immediately.
Putin would like say something like too clever to Joe, and he would be like, "What, man?" And then like Joe would have an aneurysm, like fucking there.
Exactly.
Like Putin wouldn't have to kick Joe Biden's ass. That's the thing.
I ride horse on submarine. And Biden would be like, okay.
What's that, man? Oh, man, you got horse in that submarine? Oh, man. Gotta have to tell you about the corn pie. And then he would just like start saying weird things. And sparks would start coming out of his fucking ears. You know?
Yeah, this isn't like a pro-Putin podcast, but like I think it would be fucking hilarious if Putin humiliated Joe Biden.
We're not a pro-Putin podcast, but we're a pro-Putin owning Joe Biden podcast.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Because that would be a discreet incident. It would be great. We'd love it. Anyways. So let's go on from war news to more depressing news, which is that we're going to see a century's worth of sea rise, water level rise in 30 years. And especially New England is doing really bad when it comes to climate change. And New England is one of, if not the hottest area of the fucking country. Like even hotter than New York City. Like New England is like the hottest area in America. What the fuck? I thought we were...
Not exactly. Our temperature is increasing more quickly in a disproportionate manner.
Yeah, what the fuck's going on with that?
I think it must have something to do with the combination of the cold air that we get, the jet stream, the cold air that we get like from the Arctic.
Yeah.
And also the melting of the glaciers in Greenland, because that feeds into I can never remember the name of this shit. It's called the Atlantic Meridional Overturning Circulation, or AMOC, and it's postulated that a loss of sea ice in the Arctic region is accelerating the collapse of AMOC. Warm water traveling northward up from the Gulf Stream is unable to transfer that heat to higher latitudes, and thus unable to undergo the convection process that pushes cold water to the ocean floor and southward again.
That was your science lesson for the day.
Yeah.
Folks.
I didn't prepare anything for this episode. I thought Scott and Joe were gonna run away.
Joe has to get a fucking headache.
Yeah, Joe has to have medical things.
Problem. How dare he?
Fucking.
This might be a good time, actually. I know this is not related, but today it's been stressful for me because I found out I'm gonna have to get fucking surgery on my sinuses and my Eustachian tubes.
Ugh.
Probably. So.
Oh yeah, that's what those are called.
East Asian tubes? No.
Yes.
East Asian tubes.
Asian tubes.
The tubes that go to East Asia.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, like my Indonesian tubes.
your Bangladeshi tubes.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just roundly said no to me. Wow. Anyways.
You talking about Sarah?
Yeah, she just roundly said no to doing the show tonight. Fine,
no,
whatever.
She wants to be sad and alone, and
well, we love her,
with
and
that.
I hope not too alone or too
That's
sad.
like my greatest pastime, probably.
Yeah, but like I overheard a guy talking about how he's trying to get a place on the seaport in Boston, and like, bro, I hope that thing's a rental because
Yeah, bye Seaport. It's not gonna be there for very long.
We have already surpassed the 2 degrees Celsius limit that was imposed upon. Well, wasn't imposed upon us because we already fucking blew past it.
God.
So obviously it wasn't imposed upon us. But
nope.
Like Massachusetts, New England, we've already surpassed that. So
yeah.
There's only some parts of the country that are doing better than predicted.
Oh yeah, where? Like anywhere? Like where no one lives?
Yeah, there's a couple of places.
Utah?
Some parts of the Midwest, I think.
There's a couple things.
There's a couple of places
where you can live under good weather. Anyways, there's a couple of things I want to complain about too, because apparently we got no news, and this is my night. Or no, apparently we got no more segments. But anyways, like I work at a retail corporate coffee place, and I cater to a middle class and bourgeois, petite bourgeois mostly patronage, and a lot of them are complaining about the supply chain issues. And the thing is, this kind of goes along with my Ukrainian thing of just like, if you're entirely detached from it, like shut the fuck up. Like, here's the thing is like, if you're going home and you can like have dinner and you can see your family and you can watch whatever like bullshit, like This Is Us bullshit that you watch like at night, you're not feeling the supply chain issues, okay? Like the working class people who like need medicine and need things that are like vital, they're feeling it. You're not being able to get like the right type of milk or the right fucking panini at lunch. Like that's not the same thing, you know?
Dude, you gotta have the right kind of panini.
It's true. We all want the caprese, but like can't, you know?
So it just throws off my whole day, you know? Can't get the caprese.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be able to focus afterwards.
That's equivalent to not having healthcare, is having the wrong kind of panini.
It's exactly the same.
Just this kind of it's again like I've already said 2022 is the year of shut the fuck up. Like just shut the fuck up. I'm so tired of hearing people like say they know what the fuck they're talking about, say that they're like an expert in something. Like sure, whatever, like shut the fuck up. I don't care. I'm so tired. There shouldn't be wars. Kids shouldn't be in places where they could possibly get a disease. We should be wearing masks. We should be getting vaccines. All of these debates are fucking stupid, and you're fucking stupid for having them. Stop it. Shut the fuck up. Anyways. Boston is still racist because there was a little incident. Where exactly did this happen? Does anyone know? Where Beth was yelled at?
No. And this is to say nothing of the
common.
Bridge thing is what I thought you guys were talking about.
The bridge thing?
The white patient has limits thing. That was here.
Let me find.
Because both of those things happened.
Patient? Wait, what are you talking about?
It was like a bunch of douchebags. They hung a sign on an overpass in Boston that said "White patients has limits."
Oh yeah, the neo-Nazis.
We still have neo-Nazis in the state too. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
So that happened.
It goes beyond that. They're putting like decals on MBTA trains and shit now,
Oh, for
saying
fuck's sake.
like this train
Great.
is being patrolled by the National Socialists. So
Hey, what do they mean by that? By them or by like some anonymous group that they invented? Are they the ones? Or not?
yeah,
Wait,
no, like they printed up their own decals.
so they are patrolling the trains?
Yes,
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know.
These fucking losers.
I remember seeing it. Hold on, I'm in the Slack now. I'm gonna go to.
Oh yeah, I used to use Slack.
Okay, so
Again, you're shut the fuck up.
the sticker says.
Warning, the Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority, its stations, and its train cars are defended and monitored by NSC 131.
Which is the National Socialist Club.
No Antifa, no BLM, no gangs, no dealers, no pedophiles.
Which is like, I feel like most people are like, you know, down with like the no pedophiles thing. But
Yeah.
you can't just like add that to BLM and pretend like they are in the same category.
No.
And then at the end it says, to the enemies of our people, ride
Fuck
at your
you.
own risk.
Oh, and this was on fucking Storrow Drive. This wasn't like out in the burbs, which is what I thought the case was. This was like these guys went onto one of the footbridges that go over Storrow and hung
Yeah.
this thing.
Picture that I'm looking at is on a train car.
Yeah, no, you're talking about sorry.
Yeah, she's talking about the banner.
Yes. So there are multiple neo-Nazi incidents in Boston.
They are talking about the banner. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. I use both now. Yeah, I guess.
So why did you have a problem with me using one?
When?
Never mind. It's fine. I probably read
It
too
might
much
have
into
been.
that. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
All right.
No, I'm telling the audience not to worry about it. You can worry about it.
Yeah, the thing with Beth happened in front of the State House.
Yeah. Anti-mask, anti-vax people were yelling very rude things at Beth Wong, former co-chair of Boston DSA, under the assumption that she was Michelle Wu.
Very Michelle Wu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The picture of her that was used in articles written about it, she looks so fucking done with whoever's talking to her.
Beth does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, Beth and Michelle don't look anything alike.
No, they don't. They fucking don't. They really don't.
That's the
God,
other
poor
thing.
Beth has had to deal with so much bullshit, both like inside and out of DSA, just for being Asian, being visibly
Especially
Asian
inside
American.
DSA.
Yeah, no, she.
There are
had to deal
YouTube
with-
clips you can confer with. So
Yeah, holy shit. We love you, Beth. We're sorry that.
no, Beth's
people are
great.
assholes.
Beth is great. The nerds in DSA need to shut the fuck up again.
Sometimes, I don't know, I go back and forth on this. I've been more proud of my fellow comrades in the DSA than, you know, in prior years, but then I'll read something. I was going to do a menagerie episode, but like the guy just explicitly called out DSA members for being
Well, he
too
called social
milquetoast.
democrats out. He called out like sock dems, and I agree with him there. But there's like sock dems all in and out of DSA. The thing is that DSA is big tent.
Who is this person who called us out, and what did they say?
The material? Let me find it.
I started again. I try to also stay out of drama, unless it comes to me making fun of red tubers, which I should stop.
It was...
Maybe I should.
Hold on, I downloaded it. I narrated over half of it, and then I was like, I can't post this. Kind of sucks. Like, this is why we do editing in post.
Jesse wants this guy to think that he is cool, so he cannot. He cannot.
What?
I don't know.
Either way, whatever. What did you say?
The article is called How to Withstand the Neo-Fascist Conquest of Power, and it was written by Kali Akuno. Where is the sentence? Okay. Further, I would caution against putting much stock in the efforts of progressives and social democrats, particularly those of the DSA, to see the Democratic Party with its members in the hopes of creating a left wing within the party or to take it over ultimately. And like I've said this
Yeah, no, we agree with that.
many
yeah.
times.
Yeah, no,
Like,
we do. Yeah.
I think that
I think a lot of DSA people would agree with that too.
I think that it's absolutely the wrong strategy to try and create some like incursion into the Democratic Party, because the party is completely devoid of humanism.
It's controlled by capital.
Yeah, nobody in that party is a socialist or a communist.
That'll take, exactly.
Yeah.
They are going to drag our politicians much further to the right than our politicians are going to drag the rest of the party to the left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like, even if they vote properly, or if they vote in
properly,
if they vote in accordance with, you know, Marxist ideals on every single policy, like press coverage on those people will be so fucking bad. Like, they look like shit no matter what.
They'll be demonized by MSNBC, not just Fox at that point.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Like, seriously, I think... Christ, I feel like I'm turning into a clarification machine, but this is important. I'm talking about the relationship between bourgeois party politics and bourgeois press. Redistributive economic policy and anti-imperialist foreign policy is always challenged by the supposed experts of neoliberal academia. Democrats cave to right-wing pressure. Members of Congress don't even have to do the work because NBC and Washington Post will do that work for them. AOC would not be crying on the House floor as she waffles on Iron Dome funding without the pathological relationship between politics and press. The working class has no business taking directives from bourgeois press. We do what we need to do even if we are demonized for doing so. You think the Black Panther Party got good press? You think Julian Assange is drinking espresso on a private jet? I was gonna make a Kollontai joke, but instead I'm just gonna read from the first paragraph on alexandrakollontai.com. In 1925, the New York Times accused her of arranging fake marriages to promote red propaganda in Norway, where she served as ambassador. In 1927, the Washington Post revealed that the new Soviet diplomatic envoy to Mexico, quote, who had 6 husbands, unquote, had been refused entry into the United States because the Americans feared that she was a dangerous agitator. We can't wait on the ruling class for consent. Even something as milquetoast as like when Ilhan Omar says that we shouldn't do like war crimes, that gets a ton of pushback. You know what I mean?
That's a pretty smart thing, though. It's a pretty good,
yeah. It's a good take, right? Apparently not in the
very
Democratic
correct.
Party.
Yeah, not according to the fucking state and media. Fuck 'em.
I don't think our path forward is in the Democratic Party, and I don't think it's a good idea to put so much energy into like getting our members elected and then defending them when they do stupid shit.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I honestly don't even care about getting them elected in the first place. But that's just me.
Like we can get people elected into local offices, and like that would probably do a lot more to propagate from ground level upward to actually push policy that matters for working people. But what, I don't know. I don't fucking know. You know, this is all speculation. I don't know anything. I just scratched my ass and...
I just crashed my ass. Tell me I'm a badass.
Comrade Jesse.
I just scratched my ass.
That's what I do.
Are the Juggalos doing karaoke?
Yes, they are. Can you hear them?
A little bit. No, it's great. It's great. I love it. No, it's great. I love it. It was a couple weeks ago, so I don't really feel like mentioning it so much, but conservatives got mad at the halftime show because it was the rappers. They don't like seeing the rappers on there.
No, they don't like
on their televisions.
Yeah, but didn't Eminem make his way in there? Like fucking.
Yeah, he's one of the rappers.
Yeah, like they can't even handle a white guy.
Well, here's the thing. They could handle him, and then he took a knee. He took a knee. Yeah.
Fuck.
He kneeled.
Yep. Nope. Can't.
And then everybody was like, like you had saved me. You had saved me from all these black people, but then, well, I guess you're a commie like all of them. So I guess, you know.
Yeah. Taking that knee was like equivalent to just bombing the Pentagon.
Yeah.
Burning a flag.
The same
exact. It was 9/11 all over again, but worse. Because it happened at the Super Bowl. God damn it.
love you.
You're welcome. And the last thing I just want to mention, like, it's just a stupid thing I saw on Twitter, but Disney World, Disneyland, they're opening this. Okay, so Walt Disney originally envisioned Disneyland as like a fucking like all-in-one community where you could live, and Disney Corporation has finally achieved this. They are opening a place called Storyliving, which is like their kind of, I guess, their own version of the fucking Villages, where like everything's there and it's all Disney themed, and I guess you're served by Disney characters or some shit. I don't know. Maybe like what? Like maybe Belle comes around and like gives you a hand job after the massage. I don't know, but like it's Walt's. Walt is the burning soul of Walt Disney in hell is smiling right now, and I gotta say, you played the long game, sir.
You won.
You gotta respect that.
Do you though? Do you really? I mean, I feel like
there's a certain percentage of Americans that want to stay children their entire lives, and you gotta respect their how hard they stick to it. You know,
I used to work for a woman who I'm positive is just freaking out about this news, and I'm sure she just wants to move there right now.
And I'm kind of partially surprised that it wasn't your segment, that you didn't. I mean, they only have one video about it. It's not really. It's a little informative.
It's really not that. It's like you can make that up. Is really, I think, why it doesn't. It doesn't quite fall into like the incredulous. It's very, very.
It's
like
believable.
I feel vindicated by this, because this is another thing I've been saying since we started the podcast. We are approaching an era in which companies are becoming the new countries. If you can have, back in the day they had like mining towns. We don't have mining towns anymore because we have like international conglomerates like Amazon and fucking Time Warner, fucking Verizon, whatever the fuck. Like all of these places that are taking over more and more aspects of the personal lives of their employees are becoming their own territories. They're creating their own rules. And how is that any different from a country which creates its own laws? The little contrarian in your head that's drowning in semantics right now, relax. We're going to acknowledge the parallel with post-feudal society described by Marx and Engels in the 19th century. Because history rhymes.
The Starbucks galaxy. It's the thing from Fight Club that in the future everything will be owned and named after a company. Yeah, man.
I mean, we had a fucking president that was named after a tower. Just kidding. That was a stupid joke.
We'll be here all week.
No, we won't. We're not doing this every week anymore, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, we're only doing it twice a week. Once every 2 weeks. Twice a week. We're doing it more. But I mentioned some kind of heaven. That's a movie you should see. If you want to know more about the villages and how it's incredibly weird, watch Some Kind of Heaven. It's a very good documentary.
Comrade's Guide doesn't tell you.
You can watch a guy do some rapé, which is pretty cool.
What is that?
Rapé is, thank you for asking. Rapé is hallucinogenic tobacco. From, where is it from? We had a discussion about this.
It's from the territory formerly known as Mouse Cop.
It is very hard to look up rapé.
Cartoons plural. God.
Oh, there we go.
X-Moose, Jackson, Flaxen, Waxen.
Harvard University. DeVry University.
Anyways, yeah.
Florida State Penitentiary.
Okay, Bill.
Oh.
Yes, this is what you don't pay us for.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anybody see the trailer for Nope? Looks pretty good.
Nope.
Okay. Son of a bitch. I guess if you can't make things up, tell me about them.
Okay. I'm Havan. I'm Janus. I don't know. I'm somebody. I'm some kind of person, and you can't make this shit up.
No, Jesse, you should redo like the the thing.
Like make it intentionally.
No,
like,
but you
fucked
should
up
like.
and then
But it's
slow
like
down and
no, but
fix
it's
it.
like you can't make this shit up with and then like right when it's got to say comrade whatever, it's just this like like white noise, just like a void.
Okay, I'll do that.
Oh god. Like not even
promise
comrade,
you,
but just
I will
like,
do that.
Anyways,
before we get into this, actually, I just wanted to ask, fellas, even though we haven't talked about it at all, is there any way we can make
ball shower again?
The album art for this week the pet?
The album art?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we can make it the pet.
True. Okay, good.
I feel like it's my fault. Like I always say, well, no, I usually say thumbnail, which is also the incorrect term for like the episode artwork. But yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, great. I am gonna paste a link to the
originated from our Scriblio game that we had before
during our chilling with Comrade. Yes,
our comrade, our comrade, and early epoch host Kit.
Yeah, shout out
Drew. Just the best representation of pet food imaginable. It's the album. It's the goddamn you. It's the art. It's the episode art right now. You're looking at it.
It's so great because I was like guessing and like, why doesn't it work? Why doesn't it dog food? Why isn't it cat food? And then like I was like, oh, it's fucking pet food. And like sure enough, they didn't draw what they drew. Not a dog. It's not a cat. It's just a pet. It's amazing.
It's screaming. I love it.
It's so terrifying.
I took it as a screaming
like
cat.
A wombat having an exorcism.
Oh my god!
It's just like
it's a beautiful piece of art. It should be in the MoMA.
Should be.
It's like reality had a glitch. It was like, sorry, you don't have enough bandwidth for this particular animal face right now. So this is what it is. Anyway, yes, I am Janus, and you can't make this shit up. And the thing you can't make this shit up this week is related to that one time when we had the thing about the potato flavored, the Arby's vodka. Yeah.
Do you, okay, before we get going, do you personally think this would smell good?
No.
Okay, now you can proceed, because I don't either.
No, I think it's a terrible idea. But apparently, it's one of those things where you can't get it anymore because it's fucking sold out because everybody wanted it because they were like, oh, novelty.
Because we're having supply chain problems.
We're having supply chain problems. You can't get the fucking... Okay, yeah, it's potato...
I got my shoes 2 days early, so shut the fuck up. Anyways.
French fries scented perfume. That's what it is. And it's made by Fritz by Idaho. It's made by the fucking Idaho Potato Commission, which is great. You do you, Idaho.
Just that exists. Just that they have a potato commission.
So they just have so many fucking potatoes around that they're like, okay, let's make some French fries. And they're like, shit, now we just have too many French fries. And they're like, perfume.
They're like, what haven't we done yet? What haven't we tried that is potato themed? I don't know. Here's what the Idaho Potato Commission president and CEO Jamie Higham said in a news release. He said, whether you're at a drive-through restaurant or dining in, it's near impossible to not grab a fry and take a bite before you dive into your meal.
Wait,
the smell is too good to resist.
Wait, what?
I don't know. Read the fucking article. I linked it to you. This perfume is a great gift.
This perfume is a great gift for anyone who can't refuse a French fry. What the fuck does that fucking mean in context? Yeah. Like, does it mean like, okay, like, it's near impossible not to grab a fry and take a bite? Is he basically advocating for cannibalism in like some weird, twisted and indirect way? Like, what is this?
I like that. I like that angle.
Like, this is terrifying. Love it.
And it's great because you look at this bottle and it does actually just look like some kind of bougie perfume. They've got it, and it says Fritz. I don't know. It's great.
Have you ever like stood over a vat of fries and just absorbed the grease?
This perfume is a great gift for anyone who can't refuse a French fry. After the Infinity Stones.
I feel like if I walked around smelling like a French fry all day, the last thing I would want to eat would be a French fry.
Don't think it would be a big... No, it's true. It's true.
I also doubt I would have to smell it myself to be sure, but
Your subjective experience will be true. Yes.
I really like this, how much we're analyzing this. Like, I feel like if we're really going to be materialists about this, we're not going to know until we, like, immerse ourselves in the scent of this.
Okay. That's not a bad price, though.
Yeah, $1.89. That's not too bad.
That's not too bad. Go on their on their
it's
Instagram.
Like nice Idaho price, Yeah,
Fritz?
we'll have to go on their Instagram
Fritz?
and try and win some bottles of it.
Frites.
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 It's a French word because it has to be French because it's French fries.
Frites.
All right.
Frites.
Frite. I'm going to put that on the How to Pronounce website.
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
Ron Tupinstow.
That's a good way. I like that website. How to Pronounce.
I like that one too.
.com.
One of my old bosses turned me onto that one. The one that's like Akbar. Who is that guy?
Admiral Akbar.
Akbar Gabaja Biamila or something, and then it's like Kabakarak. Gabagalag.
Who is that rat?
Oh yeah, the pronunciation guide. Yeah. Pronunciation manual.
Yeah. I don't even know who that guy is, but I love it.
We love him.
Anyway, my only other doubt about this perfume is that, like, perfume is made with, like, alcohol and shit.
And cum.
Apparently there's essential oils in this.
Cum oil.
But, the French fry smell, you would think that has to do with the grease and the stuff that you can't put into a perfume, because you can't put grease into a perfume bottle and spray it on yourself. It's not going to work. I mean, like, you could try, but there's probably rules about what goes into a perfume that you can sell in the U.S., if I had to guess.
Look at this cute little dog. Just open that and look at that cute little dog for a second. It's adorable.
There's another picture of him.
No.
Getting distracted by the other UPI weird news. That's like an okay-looking dog.
He's a cute little dog. I like him. Whatever, fine. I guess you wish he had died in that storm drain. Fuck him. Fuck that dog,
yes,
I guess.
That is the logical next step in that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You didn't precisely address my soul experience and everything and every marginalized identity. That's clearly what you meant.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Yep.
Again, when you say I prefer pancakes, it doesn't mean you hate waffles. Anyways, my name is Vengeance. Sweaty wife on the internet. On Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, Bandcamp, SoundCloud. I will maybe make music. I actually had a little inspiration recently to make some music
Let's
again.
collab, dude.
Okay, calm down.
You fucking asshole.
The abuse I have to take.
Fucking asshole. Sorry.
You really just like brought him to a halt there.
No. I was like...
Here, get the Fesco. Get the Fesco dropped.
Get the Fesco drop, yeah. There's a specific Nate drop from this week's episode that, one, we need to have a discussion about this week's episode after you watch it, and two, there's a specific thing Nate says on the episode that I want to clip, but I gotta wait. Anyways, yeah, your name is Various. Go!
Hello, I am Various Comrade. I go by Janus a lot of the time, and you can go to my website also where I go by a different name. Hey, go to readingsbyhava.com and check out the very specific psychic service. He's not doing it anymore. You
can't, but okay. God. If you're not going to do it, you can't just like say it in lieu of hitting the button, you know?
All right, sorry, damn.
He's not going to say it.
I said Dharma. No? Sorry, Jesus.
My email is not even anywhere on my website.
Fucking traitor! God damn it.
White people are the devil!
It's ratingsbyhava.com. Hava is spelled Chava. I charge sliding scale, and I can see the future. No, I can't see the future. That's actually one thing I can't.
Bitch, you better be joking.
No, but she can help you, really. She did some very accurate readings on Binks a couple times, and he's Jesse.
I'm Jesse, and you can find my music at soundcloud.com/contingence Boston, CONTINGENCE Boston. Remember to hit up Comrade-Rosie.org. Select that Getting Involved tab and choose. Well, there are no mutual aid groups to choose anymore, probably because everybody gave up. And
Oh, that sucks ass.
yeah,
Did they all really? Like all of them? There were like a lot of them.
no. I'm just too lazy to go through them. I asked for help in the working group meeting with going through that shit one by one. Carrie said he would help me. No shade on
That's
Carrie.
good.
He's throwing us a fucking birthday party this week, so love you,
Yeah.
Comrade. But I don't know.
Carrie.
Somebody could help me going through this.
Can we get a part for Carrie? Just one. There we go.
Big fucking boofs. Boof
That's
town.
right.
Boofland. All right. That was a little much.
Fuck you.
It's too much for my taste. Anyways,
That
I
is
do
a
have a
maestro.
slam recommendation for the week. By the way, I did see Ingested live as I
They ingested you. How was they?
Yeah, how was they?
they were good. They didn't play any old shit, which kind of bummed me out, but they were like really good. They have a really good stage presence. I fucking love how like antagonistic metal bands are with the crowd. They're just like, I beg you, you better fucking see the person next to you. You better kill them in this next song. You fucking put them in a body cast right now. Anyway, it was a good show.
Hell yeah.
So, slam recommendation for the week is... Oh, wait, hold on. Wait,
Baka, 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 baka.
wait, hold on. Wait, I forget the name of the album. Oh, okay. Your slam recommendation for the week is... Ripped Out by Violence.
Ripped out by violence.
Violence is the name of the band?
No.
Or the
The
title
name of the name
album?
of the album is Ripped Out by
Is Ripped Out
Violence.
by Violence. Okay. Alright.
They're probably, I don't think they're English native.
I don't think they're English.
And the band is Craniotomy. And they are fucking this album. Like, I'm really
They're fucking
stoked.
that album? Damn.
I'm really stoked on this album because it
really
is
like
definitely slam. It is definitely brutal, but there are some like interesting elements that I don't hear in a lot of other brutal death metal, especially like they're not on a big label. They really have a pretty low profile, but they have some interesting dissonance and shit that I don't hear from other bands, so... I don't remember where they're from. Let's look this up. Where's Craniotomy from? Oh, they're from Slovakia.
Alright.
That's fucking metal. Yeah.
Yes.
So support your homies and, well, you don't know them, but they're your homies now. Support them. That's it. Thank you.
Yes. And as Jesse said, don't forget to go to Comrade.Rosie. Comrade-Rosie.org. Help people out, motherfucker.
Oh god, I have like a whole external hard drive somewhere full of like clips from our early episodes of Joe being like, go to Comrade / damn it.
Go to comrade.slash.com. Go to comrade, right? Yeah, do the thing Jesse said. Go to comrade-rosie.org. Get involved with some mutual aid, some protesting, some unionizing, you know. Unionizing. Why did I say that like Christopher Walken? I don't know why. Anyways. You can also go to our Patreon at patreon.com/epic-incredulity. We are on Facebook. We are on YouTube. We are on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok,
We still on Clapper?
And all the
We're still on Clapper.
various things. If Janus would make more clips, hopefully they will.
I will.
At Epic
I have made a
Incredulity.
clip for every fucking week that we've
I
done.
feel like we spend like a third of this podcast calling each other out on the shit that we said we were going to do. It's the best, like, this is how we
Called
keep each other
accountability.
accountable. Yeah,
The
this
comrades
is fucking...
do for each other. Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you.
That's right.
And as always, we say every fucking week we say create life. No, we don't. No, we don't. We're not the fucking. They're not that weird family. You know. We don't do that shit. You know. How dare you?
Scott is a good man, and you know how I know? Because I told him when we were first going out that he needed to watch Jupiter Ascending with me, and he did, and he loved it.
And I've seen that movie now like 3 or 4 times now. It's quite good.
But
Anyways,
no!
every other week we say, "But tank dough into Jupiter."
Take dough.
But we say, however, tank dough.
But, however...
And that's the epoch.
How strange is it that we put like a monetary value on actual life itself? Wow. It's just such a strange concept.
Yeah.
Did you see that guy accidentally hit that moose with his car?
No.
Holy shit. Jamie, pull that video up.
That's you fucked.
Oh my god,
Oh
it comes so close to like a fucking modicum of humanity. It's so sad.
No, but I listen to death metal. Like I listen to like Vehemence. I listen to like Into the Moat.
Oh yeah, dude, Into the Moat. Sure.
Sure.
Fucking one of my all-time favorites.
All right, jeez.